Imagine a situation where your company is spam calling people and there's nothing you can do about it. That's what AT&T is dealing with for some reason. For the past 6 months, AT&T has been calling me daily and I ignore it. I ignore it because I know that there's nothing I can do. It keeps telling me that I need to change my plan, that something's going to happen. I have an Obama phone. I have a government-issued phone. If the plan changes, the government will change my plan to one that will accommodate the service. So it's not for me to be dealing with AT&T. I don't pay the bill. So I've ignored the calls until today when they called me at 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning. 5 in the fucking morning. It's illegal for telemarketers to call you before 8 in the morning. But to make it illegal, you have to be put on a list that says do not call. You have to talk to the telemarketer and tell them, stop calling me. And after you tell them that, you get put on a list where they cannot call you before 8 a.m. I never called AT&T to discuss this list with them because I didn't think it was going to matter, because up until now, it's always been the afternoon when these calls would come in, and I would just get annoyed and hang up on them. But when you call me at 5 in the morning, you press a button that cannot be unpressed. So when I finally woke up at 7 in the morning and saw this voicemail and thought, what? Who has called me at 5 in the morning and left me a voicemail? Chris from AT&T is calling me at 5 in the morning and leaving me a voicemail and telling me that I have equipment for AT&T that I need to return because I've changed my service and now AT&T wants their shit back. Okay, AT&T. You only ever gave me a single phone 2 years ago that isn't worth $5 at a kiosk. If you really want that back, I'll fucking send it back, but what the fuck? And apparently they don't want that back. Because I called. The 5 a.m. call pissed me off enough that I called AT&T to talk to them about putting me on this do not call list. After half an hour of complaining and arguing and crying and having a mental breakdown over the agitation of getting the call at 5 a.m. and then having to go through the robotic services to get to the customer service that barely spoke English to understand what my problem was. They asked me over and over and over again, if I had any other service other than the government phone, what other service did I have? None. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Zero. Never. I don't have the money for any other service. My TV doesn't even have an antenna. Okay? I got a DVD player, and I get DVDs from the library. I am not a money person. So finally, I get through this woman's head that I have never had anything from AT&T except the government-issued Obama phone. She looks into the account and clears and says, no, you don't have anything that needs to be returned in your name. She tells me that they're just spam calling, and I have to block that number, that I have to block AT&T. She's not going to put me on a list where they won't call me because she can't, that I have to block them, but they're not always calling from the same number, so I can't just block them. AT&T has fucked up, like severely fucked up, to the point that now they're robocall spamming customers and not giving customers any way to stop it. There is no do not call list. She told me that there must have been a mistake, that somebody else took out equipment and put in the wrong number or something, and the spam calls are just going to continue until I've blocked the number, which I can't block. AT&T, what the fuck? Get your fucking shit together.